You can absolutely change without suffering. God doesn't want you to suffer. It's just that there are people with hard heads and they won't listen. And so when they suffer, some will cry out to God, and then he will help you get past it. But if you're conscious, if you are aware, if you're walking in his light, you will never suffer again, and you will overcome anything. Because in the light, you can see all things. And if you don't name it or complain about it or have an opinion about it, just relax in it, it'll pass. He doesn't want you to suffer because a lot of people don't get over suffering. Some people suffer, they get depressed, they get angry and mean and suicidal thoughts, and that's why it's not good to suffer but 3 days at best and stop suffering, being sad and all that, because it'll turn into depression. But I'm a witness that if you're born again, you're in the light, you know yourself, you never have to suffer. Christ never suffered. As someone just said, Christ did not suffer spiritually. Now, you may suffer in a physical way because of folks who hate good may come after you, they may try to attack you or call you names. But spiritually, with these spiritual issues you're having, you never have to suffer. It was never meant for you to suffer. And Christ did change that. Somebody said Christ made it where we don't have to suffer. That's why you need to get to know yourself, return to God, and I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Return to your earthly father, forgive your mother, return to your earthly father, and through him you'll return to God, and you will never suffer again. And you can overcome anything, whether it's alcohol or drugs, but you got to let the anger go. You got to let the anger go. You got to forgive first, because you can't even enter into the kingdom of heaven unless you forgive. And 99.99999.9, not all, but 0.9% of people hate their mothers. And they yearn for their fathers. And their mothers have told them that they hate the fathers. And so they're looking at the wrong source. Forgive your mother. That's why God said, honor your parents. And all he means is don't hate them. Don't be angry at them. Forgive them. They can't help it. And once you do that, return to your earthly father, everything starts to change. And you would never have to suffer again. That makes sense? Anybody disagree with that? You would never have to suffer. And in that father state, that's all you're doing is suffering. Everything that you do look right, but it's wrong. And you think in your ego state, you think you can make it work out, and you can't. Of ourselves, we can do nothing, and of ourselves, we know nothing. That's why I want the ladies to stop trying to fix men. You can't fix men. You can't change another human being. You can't even change your children. They have to grow up and want to do that themselves, and we're supposed to be a perfect example of it. Parents are supposed to be perfect, but most parents are not. But that's how you raise children, because when you're perfect, God is with you, and he's working through you to raise your children. It's not you raising them, but the Spirit of God is raising them. And you can't go wrong that way. Anybody disagree? Amazing. Any questions? So you don't have to suffer. Some people are just hard-headed. That's why you let them suffer and die. God will let you suffer and die. He'll warn you. But if you say, no, sex is good. He said, all right, go and have sex. You'll see what happens. And most people, before they get married, they have already had sex. And so when you do, you'll get married in hell, and all you're going to catch is hell. That's all you're going to catch is hell. So it's time to start doing it right. When you do it right, you can't go wrong. No suffering.